Hey guys, Rush here with a new video. Today what I will be showing you is some designs on bud switches, for those of you who do not know. Um, well, a bud switch is something that will detect if a block has been updated. Okay, so for example, I have a bud switch right here. If I place a block next to it, it will detect that that block has been updated. And same thing if I remove it, okay? It will detect other things like such as a door being placed, opened, and such things like that. It's very useful for a lot of things. It will also detect if, let's just say you cook meals with a furnace. It should detect that, and I guess that finally wanted to activate. Okay, so I will be going over these bud switches, then I'll be showing you actually how to make these things, okay? And like always, it wants to rain when I'm making videos. Rain, and we'll make sure it's day. So here's my first design of a bud switch. By the way, I did not discover the bud switch. Bud switch was discovered by Etho's lab. Go check out his channel. He has some pretty cool stuff. But anyway, this is just a simple design of a bud switch. As you can see, it will detect if you have placed a block around it or removed it. This is probably the most commonly used bud switch because it's fairly compact and it's pretty easy to set up. Okay, and as you can see, the outputs are in green. Which are these pieces of redstone wire. You could also add redstone repeaters, such as like that. Okay, so how do we actually build this? Well, it's very simple. I'll show you how we build this right here. But before we do that, I'll just kind of set these so it's easy to kind of clear these out. There we go. Just make sure I got that. Okay, so to build this, what we want to do is we want to put down a sticky piston here, and then we will use, dig about 2 holes, like so, and put redstone torches in it, okay? Now, next we put down a piece of stone, okay? From here, we put down a redstone repeater. We want to add a block of redstone, or a piece of redstone dust, and then just have it come across like this, okay? Then you can also remove this bottom piece right here to save a little bit more room. Now next you just have this piece of redstone come out around like that, and then just put out your outputs, and then that's how you make that simple bud switch. Okay, now another design of this would be to be a bud switch toggle, and to do that you just remove this and just add a redstone repeater right there. Okay, now as you can see, I can place it and it will stay out like that. Okay, and then when I remove it, it will stay out again. Same thing if I place a door, it will open and it will stay open like that. Pretty easy. Okay, uh, we'll do that. Okay, now from here, that is the first design of a bud switch. Very easy to make, very useful, most commonly used in my opinion, and it's pretty cool. So let's set air. There we go. Okay, so our next bud switch design is this one over here. I'm just going to clear this up really quick. Okay, this is our next bud switch design. This is vertical up right here. Okay, still it's by updating this piston right here. So as you can see, if I update this piston, it will toggle that that piece of stone or whatever up there. Okay, and then again the outputs are labeled in green, which are right here. Okay, you must have redstone repeaters right here. This one is a little bit slower, but it's more useful for traps and stuff. So as you can see, if I put stone right there, you can't even tell that there is a bud switch here. So if someone were to open a door, then you can have a trap along this side right here, because it will detect if that door has been opened or closed. Okay, now let's get on to how you build this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to have this at least 1 block up like this. Okay, and then we're going to put a piece of stone up like that. Yeah, then we're going to have I'm trying to remember how I made this. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so from here we put like that. Okay, and actually we want to have this come down more like this. This one is a little bit less compact, but it's good for traps because it's above in the air. Okay, so once we have this right here, we need to add actually we need to add a redstone torch up on the side right here. Okay, and then a redstone repeater like that. Now as you can see, we can toggle this up, okay? But the problem is we cannot make it come back down. So to fix that, what we can do is we just need to put a piece of redstone wire right there, and then have some blocks come about all the way through here, okay? Like this. From here we just add a redstone repeater like that, and then a redstone around back to the redstone torch, which will cause it to fall down. So every time we update this, you can see it will toggle out like that. Same thing from bottom. Then all you need to do is add in your outputs, which would be about on these two blocks. But like I said, you'll need to make those redstone repeaters so it can actually receive the signal. Okay, so that is how to make that is how to make this bud switch right here. Very useful for traps and can be used for a lot of other things. Okay, here's my next design of a bud switch. This one right here is actually a bud switch toggle. As you can see, we place a block here. It will update that. We remove it, it updates it again, and it will update it all around the piston. Okay, like that. It will also update if we place redstone right here, there, there, and etc. Okay, so this one is useful. Another reason, though, why this one is very commonly used is because you can switch the state of these easily by just adding in a redstone repeater right here to make it a bud switch toggle. Okay, so this one is pretty good if for making just something simple traps or other things that you just want to place right here. The only thing is you can see the visible redstone right on here, which is not that good. And then the outputs again are on the sides right here. This redstone repeater and this redstone repeater. Okay, so let's get on to how you actually make this. Okay, so to make this, you just want to have two blocks up, or one block up like this, and make about 4 blocks. Okay, you want to punch a hole in this center block here and have a redstone, or not a redstone, like a piston right there. Okay, from there you just do that, and then place a redstone torch right there. Okay, from here now, what you want to do is okay, yeah, we want to place a redstone torch under this block right here too. Okay, and then we can fill this back up. Next, place redstone right there, and have it another block right here followed along with this redstone repeater. Okay, from here we just add another block. We can remove this. We can do that. Okay, next just add another block on top here, and then add another redstone torch, and you can have now that right there, and now your bud switch is set up like so. Okay, so now all you need to do is set up your outputs, which are these redstone repeaters, and now your bud switch is completely finished. And then you can remove this if you don't want that right there. Okay, so a good thing about this design again is that it's everything would be underground except for of course these two right here, which kind of sucks. It'd be nice if someone could find a way to make a bud switch that would not have this on top here, because it would be cool for furnace traps. But I think I'm going to try to figure out a way how to do it like that. But that is that bud switch design. Another good design. Again, you can place things. It still works with doors and all that good stuff. So let's set that as air. Here are just some other simple bud switch designs. These are good for one-time thing traps or landmines. So as you can see, we have this piston contracted out. We can do that, put a block there, and then it will update, and then it won't reset, okay? We can easily set it back up by simply adding a redstone torch or redstone repeater back. So if we update this, you can see that we can add a redstone repeater and remove that, and it's set up again. Once we update this block, though, it will do its thing and retract back in because the block gets updated. Okay. Another one is like this redstone right here. If we update near the redstone, then it will turn off the redstone. The way to power the redstone back on is to add a repeater and then remove it. Again, good for one-time trap things like landmines and all that good stuff. The only difference between this, though, is that it doesn't make that little piston noise, so your victims of the trap or whatever you're making won't be able to hear that piston noise to alert them that there may be a trap. Okay, so that's a cool thing about that. So again, a bud switch is very useful. I guarantee you will use this at least one time as you're making your redstone creations. It will detect if a block has been updated or not. Okay. A lot of uses, like if I place cake here and set it down, you can see if I eat this, I don't know how to eat cake because I never really do, but if you eat the cake, then it will update the bud switch. Same thing if I add a furnace and we'll smelt something like this cobblestone, it will update the bud switch, and when it turns off again, then it will update it. So it can be used for many different things. So that is my bud switch tutorial. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out my other videos and to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.